All right, we out here, Said TV Sunday Conversation with Big Roy. How you doing?
All right.
All right, so let's get into this old school low riding. Tell the people out there when you started low riding.
Around 71. But I was riding with other people when I was younger. It was just I didn't have a car myself. Low riding myself, I was riding with other guys that had like Chick and Duro. You know, they had 58 Chick had 58 Chevy multi-flake.
Okay.
The Herman they shot. And Duro had a 60 flaked. I rode with them, and then he had a Riviera, you know. But as myself, yeah, my 56, I built it in 71, and I ran to about 70, to about 78, 77, 78, yeah.
Oh, okay, all right. And back then, the culture of low riding was, how was it?
Oh, back then, the culture of low riding was fun. I mean, we went where we wanted to go, no problems, because it was about record hops.
Right.
About record hops and house parties and the hangouts, you know. Like we had Jack in the Box, Zorbas. Matter of fact, Jack in the Box on Crenshaw, right across from Mavericks Flats.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, that was a hangout. Checkmate, Club Checkmate, that was a hangout. For
Checkmate. I never heard of Checkmate. That's the first one for me.
Checkmate was right there at the park, right there. What's the name of the park right there? On Crenshaw,
Lemert Park.
Right. Checkmate was a block over.
Oh, okay. What about Chico's Pizza?
Chico's was a thing, you know, back in the day, yeah. Chico's, the Stops, you know. There was quite a few places, Jack in the Box on Imperial. And went to, and later on they went down there on Century in Vermont to a lot down there with churches, with the churches chicken is right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. The wheels back then. Well, what wheels were?
Springs and Craigers, man.
Springs and Craigers. Also, Springs and Craigers. That's your era.
Yeah, that's my era, man.
Okay.
Springs and Craigers, man.
Okay. So when did Dayton?
The wires came in. The wires came. But the wires are always there. We just didn't do them. They just didn't do them on low ride.
Oh.
You know, the guys in the shows, like the custom shows or something. Some of them had those there, but that was like considered like a custom wheel back then. Everybody couldn't afford it.
Right.
So Kragers, like I say, Supremes came out, then the Kragers came out, and that's what mostly the guys ran back then.
Okay. Then you got into cutting cars.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about that.
Yeah.
How'd you get into cutting cars?
Well, like I say, at the time I had 56, and then I got to know Alex, so I was 70, yeah, I was 72, and he started. I told him I liked doing what he's doing, so he told me to come by and just watch.
Okay.
And that's what I did. I used to go by there and hang out after I come from work. I go there and hang out with him, and he learned me the game.
Okay.
And then 2 years later, I took the shop over.
Oh, you took the shop over?
Yeah. He moved to Utah, and I took the shop over.
Okay. All right. Let's talk about how these wheels were butterfly. Who changed the wheel to butterfly wheels? Who changed the game on that?
Well, we did. Like I say, we did. We made it. we did the A-arms for the guy who couldn't afford to get his frame stretched and reworked. So we did the A-arms to solve his butterfly problem, and that's what the A-arms came up. That's what we came out with them for, to straighten the wheels out. You had a messed up frame already, but you didn't have the money to fix it. So
Okay.
that was an easy fix for that.
Okay. So so what you're saying with the butterfly wheels, your frame was messed up.
Yeah, you had already stretched the frame. The frame was already stretched, or you had to break someplace. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So it's fair to say that you put that into play.
Yeah, we put that in the play.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
put that in the play.
Okay. And what are some other things that
Well, like I say, that the rapping. We started the rapping, the cars that they wanted to hop and so on and so on, which was an overboard thing. We did, like you say, you start doing something, and you do a little bit of something, then they want more, and they want more, and they want more and more. But you don't need it, but you get a customer what he wants. So
right.
we just started hey, let's come up with a whole wrap frame and let's see what and it sold. So it's like I guess like everything else, new shit people want,
Right.
regardless if it's good or not, they want it, So that's where that came into play. But like Gary May and them, the real hoppers, we wasn't wrapping their frames. We were reinforcing some of the stuff in their frame, but we wasn't wrapping because that's weight. You add more weight to the car.
Right. And I was gonna say, wrapping the whole frame back then probably made the car way heavier than what it.
Well, it's the same thing now. It's the same thing. It ain't changed. It's just you putting all that weight on the car, so now you need more stuff to get it up off the ground. Back then, like I say, Gary May showed them that you could do that. You could get them same inches, and don't. It's just how good you hit the switch. Like the guy that hit the switches, he ain't gonna beat his frame up on the ground. But the guy who can't, he's gonna beat his frame up. So that's where that came into play.
Okay. I hear a lot about Gary May. Speak on Gary May.
Yeah, Gary May was, believe it or not, he was a young brother that knew his shit when it came down to them hydraulics. Like I said, I never really got into hydraulics like he did, but like him, oh shit, now I can't think of the guy's name. Which we were good friends.
What about Ernest House?
Ernest, same thing. Ernest, come to hydraulics, that was Ernest's thing. Hydraulics and wine, that was his thing. Yeah.
Okay. Any relationship with Ethan?
Ethan was the guy that probably was cutting way before I was cutting. You know what I'm saying? I don't take nothing from him. He did his thing. Like a lot of other guys did. But like I say, and then, like I tell people like this, there's a difference doing what somebody's doing already. But like I tell people, like like they call me the frame doctor. Well, I think I deserve it because what I brought to the game.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like the 4-inch bridge. Like back then, they were making tall bridges. I brought it down to a 4-inch bridge and did the same thing. And it was a more stable ride. That kind of stuff I brought to the game, and nobody, and I got some guys to say, well, it was cutting way before I was cutting, saying, oh, well, man, how they gonna call you that? But it's like this. Hey.
Uh-oh.
Quit it. It's like what you bring to the game. You know what I'm saying? I you know, like I tell people like this, I don't claim to be no, I don't claim to be no hell of a lowrider by claiming to brought a whole lot of shit to this game.
Right.
You know, that people are still using. If I'd have patented this shit, I'd have been a rich motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, I'd have been a rich motherfucker if I'd have patented this shit, but you know, it didn't happen. You know.
Right.
But I was glad. I'm glad it's out there. I'm glad people are using it, and you know, and just like the new guys that came in the game, fine. You know, hey, I'm not taking nothing from it. You know, and like a lot of the guys, like I say, a lot like a lot of the guys that I used to cut their cars and stuff. They're making money. They're making money doing this.
Right.
You know, but that and good for them, because like I told them when I left the game, you know, if you want something you want to know, just call me. If something you don't know, call me. Just like you know, like Rat was one of my students.
Yeah, that's my partner. I just talked to Rat.
Rat was one of my students, and Rat tell you, I don't hold nothing back. If it's something you want to know, I'll tell you. Because you know, you can make. I don't care if you make money. You make money. You know what I'm saying? But in the same token, you know, I don't mind sharing. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I want somebody to have all this knowledge before I get out of here. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I don't mind sharing. You know. Yeah.
So you, safe to say, you brought Rat. You taught him.
Yeah, I taught Rat. Well, Rat was a low rider, but when I brought Rat in the shop, and like I said, he taught him what he's doing now and making money off it. You see what I'm saying? And you know, and I look at him like a little brother. You know what I'm saying? You know, and that's the way it goes. You know,
Right. Your any relationships with Simeon?
Simeon, no, Simeon, I met Simeon through Herman. He, like I say, he had a shop on 76 in San Pedro, and that's where everybody used to hang out at. You know, like all the old guys back there. It was, like I say, it was Herman, William Bryant, which was on Florence.
William Bryant, okay.
Yeah. Them were the two main painters in the neighborhood that people were, that the guys would go to for custom paint jobs.
Right.
And so that's how I met Simeon, because Pancho, I think Pancho did a lot of work on Simeon's mines. You know. So.
Okay. You were talking earlier before we started about, you said it was more custom stuff back then.
Yeah, guys changed. You know, a lot of, the guys now, and I don't knock them for what they do. I mean, that's the era we in. But back then, it was like, man, you didn't want the same thing somebody else had, so you customized and did things to your cars that other people wasn't doing. You know what I'm saying? And that's what made the difference between the cars. You know, see, like now you see cars come, you see how many cars you see they look alike. You know, I mean, back then people didn't want that. They were trying to be different. They were trying to change stuff. You know, make something different. You know,
right.
And that was the thing. You know, that was that era. You know, of custom. Now custom is like you say, taking a clean car and maybe putting paint on it, chroming it up, and some material, and that's it. And changing on the bodies and stuff. You see what I'm saying? So,
right.
And that's what they did back in the day, change bodies, change stuff on bodies and stuff,
Okay.
Which, I don't know if you know, just like another one of the guys that was an innovator back in the day, and that was, I don't know if you heard of John Johnson.
No.
You know Black John?
Yes.
His father.
Oh, really?
He and his father were very good friends.
Okay.
We called him high voltage back in the day because he had a 65. Take that back. I said 65, 66.
Yeah, 66.
That he would, like, I don't know if you ever seen the picture of Ted Deuce jumping off the ground, all four.
No, I didn't see that one.
Okay, well, you know Ted.
Yeah, I know Ted.
Okay, his Deuce. Well, I got
Super Deuce.
I don't know if I still got pictures of it. He's about this high off the ground, all the way around, in the
Okay.
air. But John was doing that back in the day. He was doing that back in the early 70s.
Really?
Yeah, he was doing that, and it was remote control.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? He could walk away and the car start doing its own thing. You know, but you know, those kind of guys. You know, Drew with the 59. Heck, these are guys that were showing back in the day. Drew, Troy, all these guys had show cars.
And this is early 70s?
No, this is early, yeah. Late 60s, early 70s. This was going on, yeah. And like I say, and beyond that, it's just a point of I wasn't into it beyond that, you know. So I can't talk on that.
Right.
Because like I say, and like I was telling you before, every neighborhood had their heroes.
Right.
Every neighborhood had their hero. So there's a lot of heroes I don't know, but there's a lot of heroes I do know. You know what I'm saying? And like I say, like I was telling you like before, I think they should be recognized. And
Right.
I think somebody, the person who's doing this, should research a little further. Don't stop at this one person or go. You know what I'm saying? Keep on, because the more you talk and the more you listen to other people, you're gonna get more out of it.
Right.
You know.
Right.
So you know, it's like, but like I say, you know, I'm talking on my part, what I know, you know, and what I did, you know.
Right. Speak on the. You said you had a 59. You had a 59?
No, I had a 56.
Oh, a 56.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Speak on your 56.
Well, I had a 56. I had a 56 wagon, two-tone, and I had a Nomad flake, the Candyman shop. You heard of Candyman? You ain't heard of Candyman? Heard of Big D?
Heard of Big D.
Well, him and Candyman learn how to paint together. They learn how about the same time, going a lot. They learn how to paint. Okay. Well, Candyman is the one that shot my Nomad, which is the two-tone flake. It was a two-tone flake back in the day. Cut front and back. Yeah.
Okay. I hear back then, some cars were just front or back.
Some people did. Some people only cut the cars one way. Yeah. Some people did. Like I say, it was a thing like your objective was to get low. It wasn't, you know. Now the objective is I call it high riding, hop riding, because it ain't low riding. I mean, the word, what does the word low mean? It means down.
You're down.
You're down. So low riding is laying your car on the ground. You know what I'm saying? Now what they call it today, I mean, I don't see it because you're not doing what you say you're doing. You know, I mean, you lay your car and your car is almost stopped. I mean, that ain't low riding, man. You know what I'm saying? To me, it's not.
Right.
You know what I mean? If you're gonna keep that, if you say you were hop riding, okay, that's the new term. And
You said
okay.
hop riding.
Yeah, that make it right. You know what I'm saying? Or you know, because I mean, seriously, back in the day, man. I mean, seriously, back in the day, we low ride for the women. We didn't low ride for the guys. We didn't low ride to impress this guy. We low ride to impress the women. That's what our thing was about, impressing the women.
Right.
You know, and enjoying your car because that's a part of you. You know what I'm saying? But they do a whole different. It's a whole different ball game now. You know, and I mean that's what you're into. That's what you're into. Myself, give me the old school.
Okay. So why did you get out?
You know, because I look at low riding like a phase. And don't get me wrong. The people who's into it, that means this is their hobby. This is what they love doing. I get that. But to me, it was like a phase. You know, just like low riding was something you do when you're young. You know, and as you get older, then you evolve to something else. Just like, okay, I went from low riding to motorcycles to boat. You know, that was these are the phases I went through. I mean, I went through the hot rod phase too. You know what I'm saying? And all these phases, it's kind of like to me, it's kind of like as you get older, it's you move to different hobbies, I think, you know. But the person who gets out there and builds and likes building cars, man, I hear you. I understand what you're doing, and I'm 100% behind what you're doing. You know, it's just how you do it. You know what I'm saying? You know, just like I say, lowriding used to be actually be a fun thing. You don't have to worry about getting shot. You don't have to worry about motherfucker taking your car, jacking your crew for your car and shit like that. It used to be fun.
Right. So back then it was none of that.
Animosity
no
like
animosity.
That. No, there was no animosity like that. I mean, man, we go to Brookside, New Year's, that motherfucker packed. Man, you can't get a car in there. And ain't nobody fighting, ain't nobody shooting, ain't nobody doing nothing. We having fun. You know what I'm saying? And that's where it was. That's where the record hops were. Going to record hops and all, and you know, and stuff like that. That's in the house parties. That's what it was about.
You said the record hop.
Yeah, record hops.
Explain that.
Schools, were the schools and some of the parks used to give record hops. Record hops was number the dance.
Okay.
They give a dance, and we call them record hops. You know, DJ. You had one of the DJs from one of the radio stations might come down and DJ or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But we had a good time, man. Just like I say, animosity wasn't there, man. You know what I'm saying? I think black people were more together. We were more as one then. You know what I'm saying? Now we separate. You know what I'm saying? And that's the bad part. You know.
So back then, were there interracials with the lowriding, other ethnicities?
Well, you know, the thing about it is you had still separated. Don't get me wrong, separated. But it's still, you were separated, but you didn't have that. You still didn't have that. It wasn't an animosity between you, like it. I think like more so like it is now. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like.
Well, I think now it's more.
I think it's
together.
It's a little bit more closer now.
Yes.
But back then, like say, we go out there in Whittier and ride Whittier. You know what I'm saying? Which is most of the Mexican state. That's where they stayed. They didn't venture out our way. You know what I'm saying? Later on, we had started venturing out their way, but still, it was like. You still kind of kept to your own, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, but as for you know, we had a few white boys, because actually, you know, people don't understand, people don't know, but the white boy came up with that hydraulic shit first.
Really?
Yes, they did.
Okay.
Yeah. A&W on Hawthorne back in, when I was young, that's where they hung out at. You know what I'm saying? They just gave it up. You know. But yeah, the hydraulic part, they started that.
I hear a lot of different stories about.
We just took that over.
Who started this, that, or whatever.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
And you know, yeah, they were doing that. They were doing that before we were doing it. They were doing it before Mexicans. Mexicans came on board later on. The Mexicans low riding was cutting springs, lowering the car. That was their low ride. That was their thing. Then they came, like I said, then after the hydraulics came in, they started doing the hydraulics too. But their culture came in, low riding there, you cutting the coils, or you replacing the coils with a block or whatever. But that was low riding. You see what I'm saying? Car lower on the ground. That was it. You know. But like I say, it can go back. It can go back. I wish. I don't know if the guy is still over here in Ridin, but it's one of the white boys that was low riding way before I was even thought about. You know what I'm saying? They were doing it. You know, and like I said, they were doing it with the custom cars. Like I said, that was the thing, customizing the car and putting hydraulics in and lowering and doing the whole thing. That was the thing. And like I said, which ain't there, but that's what it was.
Okay. So you wasn't a part of no club?
No.
What about the professionals? The professionals, was they were in your...
See, they came in, like I say, all the club thing came in later on. You know what I'm saying? The club came in later on, but before that, people just rolled. Guys just built cars and rolled. That's what it was. And then, like you said, as it started getting more and more people, then they start, like you say, forming clubs and stuff like that. But yeah, the professionals, I know probably all the old ones, you know. New ones, no, but old ones. And I know a lot of new ones, you know. You know, like Tweet. I did a lot of cars, a whole lot of cars. You know, that was him and his boys, you know, Pat, all them guys, you know. But like I say, the older guys, Ted, you know, Lonnie, all them guys, you know, I can't think what's coming with the 58. But there's a lot of guys I can't come on with their names.
Professor?
Well, Professor. I just did a car for Professor, yeah. And not only that, because you know, but as for, you know, mostly all the guys, I say mostly all the older guys, I did the car. I did the cars or did something for their cars, you know what I'm saying?
Okay. All right. Anything you want to put out there for the people to know from
Well, you know, I got a thing with this. I got a thing with this Hall of Fame thing.
Hall of Fame? Okay.
See, my thing is this. Very good idea. And I hope the motive is what it's supposed to be. But I'm saying is this: the person who took that responsibility should took the responsibility to research that. He should have researched it and not go backwards. You know, he's got young guys over old guys. You know, it starts off with the older guys. That's where you pick this up from, the older guys. Put them in there. Put them guys in there that were doing this. You know what I'm saying? And give them their credit. You making it like the young guys did it and the older guys picked it up. You know, it's, you know, even though you know that's backwards. I mean, but the thing is this. Like I said, the idea is beautiful. You know, but do a little bit more research, get it right, you know, correct it, you know, because, like you say, one day that will be history. It will be some kind of history. It's gonna be some kind of book or something. It's gonna be there. So, you know, at least try to get it right. You know, I mean, we've been going by false history all our lives. I mean, every book we read is you know, is wrong, but. And you see, they're not trying to correct it because it don't benefit them. You see what I'm saying? But you as and like a journalist, correct it, make it right. You know what I'm saying? And that's all, you know, because like I say, the idea is beautiful. You know what I'm saying? To recognize the guys that did it. You know what I'm saying? But you just correct it.
Right. Okay. Well, before we go, any other last words?
No, I just like I say. Yeah, and another one is it would really be refreshing to see the older guys step up and start schooling these younger guys, letting them know, you know, hey man, we can do better than this. We don't have to be out there shooting and fighting and cutting and cutthroating each other. We all brothers, because we are all brothers. Like I say, we're the most hated race in the world. So why would you hate each other? You know what I'm saying?
Well said.
Come together.
Yes, sir.
Yes, come together.
I agree on that, 100%.
Yes.
Okay, well, I appreciate you for taking the time out to sit down and talk to me.
Oh yeah.
And Said TV Conversations, and
like I said, there's probably a lot of shit I just think ain't in my head right now, but
oh yeah, well, you know, it always go like that.
Yeah,
People get behind the gun.
but you know, like I say, the biggest message I want to get is for the brothers to get themselves together and to be as one, man, because we are fighting a downhill battle with everybody else. You know what I'm saying? So we don't need to fight each other. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
well said. Well said. All right, Said TV Sunday Conversation. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
And thank you for being on.
Said low key, breaking fools off. What up, my nigga? Said low key, breaking fools off. This is a Said low key TV production. Said low key, breaking fools off. Yeah. You a poppin' fool? Said low key, breaking fools off. Yeah.